Sup Takers, Space Bandit here with another episode of World of Tanks, and today we are in Leopard 1, Tier 10 German medium tank. Just a beautiful machine with unbelievable camo and amazing gun. So if you guys don't have this tank yet, I strongly recommend it. It's an amazing tank. But it's not about the tank today, actually kind of sort of. It's about this game. This is a special one. It's not because of the high damage. It's not because like I had some extraordinary result. It's because it comes down to 1v1. 1v1, and not just any tank, but 1v1 Taran. And that's gonna cause me a little bit of fits at the end of the game. So you'll see what happens here. Actually, it'll be a very uneventful game early on. But that's good, because it will give me a chance to talk about some strategies on this map, so on and so forth. So, first of all, we're going to come to our standard position. This is what I like doing early in the game when drawn on this spawn. Try to spot out the east side of the map to see if there's any tanks that are cresting the ridgeline and making mistakes. So that's the first thing. This will let you get some early shots of damage. Most often than not, but in this situation it seems that the opposition is not really pushing that hard. So the opposition team is actually going to be playing quite well here. They're not going to overexpose too much. And yeah, and because of that, I won't be able to get much damage. But we're going to stick around here for a little bit and see what we can actually spot. Then I realized there's a medium tank at H2 or H3. And I'm thinking, wow, I think the opposition is actually pushing the other side of the map. Sometimes you just cannot guess on this map. You don't know what opposition is going to do. In many cases, they just stick around the 9-0 lines, but in some cases, they do push JK lines. So I wasn't sure what was going to happen. So I'm kind of undecided here. I don't know really what to do. Should I go back? Should I go and try to help our friendlies on the west side of the map or southwest? But we're going to drop here and we're going to try to support this E4, at least until all the shots are gone. And then we're going to try to drop. This IS-3 is not going to survive there for much longer. So you see me backing up here because I really don't want to go there anymore. I just want to kind of get myself in a position where I can shoot and quickly run away. That medium tank on the left is not going to last long either. And he's gone right there. Tier 8 in a Tier 10 matchup, you knew he wasn't going to last long. But as you can see here, I don't really have any shots at these guys. So they're playing smart. They don't give me any shots or anybody else any shots. So we're going to try to be patient here and see if we can actually hit anything. This M48, I can actually hit him. I can see this butt shot. I would love to hit him, but he's playing it smart. He's backing off, and I don't have shots at him. So I think we're just gonna take a shot at this M48. There's a Capola shot right there, so we can shoot him, and we're gonna kind of fall back behind this building. We're spotted here, so last thing I want to do is get hit and lose HP at the moment. Then I see this shit barn and Taran on my right hand side, and I was thinking to myself right now, it's time to go. It's time to go. Even if I took one hit over here, I think it was beneficial. Luckily I didn't get hit at all. So we're gonna wait here behind this building until our sixth sense disappears, and now we're gonna get the hell out. It's a dangerous position. There are just too many opposition tanks on this side of the map right now, and I have 0 armor, so we gotta just run. Unfortunately, we're leaving this E4 behind, but we're gonna try to support him from this ridgeline. So that's what we're going to do. He's going to serve as a spotter in this situation. There's nothing he can do. He's probably going to die in this situation because opposition can easily push area A0, A9 and shoot him from there at the same time. So best play for him right now is to go into that riverbed, and I think that's what he's trying to do. But this butt shot's coming after him, so we're going to put one shell into him, and I don't think we'll be able to save our E4, unfortunately, because the butt shot just decides to overcommit and take him out. We managed to put 2 shells into the butt shot at the same time, but now, because he's not a very tall tank, he's utilizing the riverbed quite well, and we can't hit him anymore. Artie is looking at us, so we're gonna get the hell out. Because, again, I'm trying to conserve my HP early in the game over here. But we're not just gonna leave this position, we're gonna turn around and come back, see if we can respot the butt shot. Because we can potentially put some shots of damage into him if he makes mistakes or if he decides to run off. So that's what we do, but we are wary about the RD. So we're going to fall back a little bit further and see if we can get shots at him from this ridgeline over here. That's what I was thinking here, but I don't think To be honest, this is probably a worse position than the one I was in. The problem with the other position is that I get spotted because I'm too close to him. Now we see this T-32, but I think he's gonna get taken out. Yeah, he got taken out before I actually could shoot at him at all. So, as you notice here, I'm doing a lot of driving, not a lot of shooting, and that's the problem in this game. But sometimes you get games like this because opposition plays it smart and just doesn't give you anything. Again, Artie's looking at me, so we have to get out of here. And that's what we're doing right now. We're gonna wiggle, 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 get the hell out of Dodge. And now into the safe spot right over here. Now we see another medium tank coming in at B7, so we're gonna try to come back and see what is this Batchat doing. Our shit barn is not spotting the Batchat, so we're gonna have to spot him. Let's poke out over here. Looks like he's running away, but I was targeted, so I didn't want to lose my HP again. So we're gonna just get the hell out, and our friendlies are gonna shoot into him. Unfortunately, he gets away with a little bit of HP, which is always not a good thing because Batchat is a dangerous tank to leave alive in any battle, simply because of the camo factor, simply because of the damage potential. He's got 5-shell autoloader with 390 alpha, so yeah, it's not a very good tank to leave alive in the battle. So I thought to myself right now that I made a major mistake. I should have probably taken a hit to take him out of the game. That would have been the right thing to do. But I didn't really know what was sitting in the back trying to shoot at me. And I was worried about Taran or other TDs, right? So that was the problem. Now I was thinking, okay, let's help this flank and see if we can help put some shells into this IS-4. So we load the heat rounds. We're going to try to put a shell through his turret cheek, but I don't think we aimed it 100% well. And he just snaps us just like that. Not a good trade for me. And last thing, I thought to myself, last thing I want to do is fight IS-4 at the moment. Like, I have no armor. Every time he hits me, he'll pen me, and I won't be able to pen him. So I'm hoping that our friendlies engage him so we can come back and help him put some shells into him while he's not looking at me. That was the thinking process here anyway. But then I realized if he's smart, he's going to target me. And do I really want to lose HP at the moment versus one tank while there are still 4 TDs in the game with very high alpha? Especially Taran. I was like, no, I don't think I'm going to risk this. Instead, we're going to try to go maybe into position H4 or something like that and see if this IS-4 has any support while we run into rebel piles and buildings and all kinds of shit because we are incredible drivers. Anyway, let's come down into this building here. Something gets spotted. I'm not sure whose spot it was. Could have been mine. It's AMX 5100. We're going to try to put a shell into him. We do. And he gets taken out by me. But our friendlies put a shell into him as well. Now we're going to draw a little bit closer to that area I was talking about, G4, to see what kind of support he's got. There's this Centurion 7-1. There's this Object 704. Do I want to push any further? No, these two guys seem like they're one-shots. But we're going to try to back up a little bit, see if we can respot them. But nothing gets spotted, so at this point, we're trying to protect this tortoise. If we go behind him here, we should be able to spot whoever is chasing him. That's what I was thinking at the moment. Someone must be chasing him, but I'm not really spotting anything. So at least he's able to get away without getting hurt. That was the main thing. We can still use that rate of fire, which is very important, especially since the game is really close. We're still losing it, but the game is really close, and it's still winnable at this point. I still have a bunch of HP that I can utilize. So next step is trying to take the long way around the map. And if you guys watch my channel in the past, you know that I love doing that simply because we clear up the back lines. And I know there's no one coming on my behind and trying to shoot me in the ass. And go figure, in a split second we're gonna light up this Batchat that we didn't kill earlier in the game, and this time we take him down. So very dangerous tank out of the game, and he had the same thought process as I do. He wanted to go behind our friendlies, use his camo, and just unload that clip. So luckily I was in this position here. Next step is trying to reach the D9 ridgeline. Once we get on that ridgeline, we will try to spot across and see if there are any TDs sitting on the 9 line. So we're gonna approach that building here, and we're still gonna play it really, really cautious. Simply because the enemy knows that I'm coming in this direction, so they could be pre-aiming here. to this position. So I'm playing really carefully, spotting one side of the house, the other side of the house. I don't see anything, so now we're gonna move a little bit forward to the next building, this one here. And we're gonna do exact same thing. We're gonna poke out from this side, and we're gonna poke out from the other side. We saw the RD shell coming out, so we know where the RD is. So now we're gonna scoot over and try to put some shells into the RD. At the same time, the opposition TDs are pushing area G2, where there's our TD and the T-57 Heavy, who's still alive over there. So whoever is quicker cleaning their side of the map or the flank should be able to win this game. So we spot the RD, we put a shell into him. Now we're gonna keep moving forward here and see if we can put another shell into him. Unfortunately, we cannot. We missed that shell on the move. We should be able to put another shell into him here, hopefully. Yes, we do. This time it flies through and goes in. And now we have an advantageous position behind enemy lines right here. We should be able to shoot at those TDs that are currently fighting our tanks at G1 and G2. But first things first, we want to shut down that RD. Unfortunately, he drowns himself, so we cannot get any more damage on him. But we spot this tier 8 TD, T28, so we should be able to easily go through his front plate, and that's what we do. We're just being wary because that Taran could be looking in this direction. So we're going to fake that we're falling back, but we're actually going to come back and re-engage the T28. So that's what we're going to do. Our friendlies are still doing a good job defending position G1, G2, which is good. So they have to survive until I actually kill that T28. Once I kill the T28, I should be able to move up and help them out. So that's the plan here. Anyway, this T28 is coming here. He doesn't know where we are, so we put a shell into his side. At the same time, I realize that I have shots into this Taran. So we're going to put a shell into him right there. And that was actually key, very key shot. And you'll see what I'm talking about at the end of the game. Anyway, first things first, let's take care of this T28. In the meantime, Taran takes out our T-57, which is unfortunate. Luckily for me, the T-28 was shooting HE, so I don't lose a lot of HP here. However, we lose our drivers, so we had to heal him. And now we'll be able to engage that Taran. Now, what was helpful here, because T-28 was shooting HE, he didn't put a big damaging shot into me, which could have put me in vicinity of being a one-shot to the Taran. That was key as well, because if I was left with 1000 HP or slightly over 1000 HP, if Taran high rolls, he could easily kill me with one shot. And that's not very desirable. So now it's gonna be this cat and mouse game, because I do not know if this Taran is able to outspot me. That is the problem. Even though I'm in a great tank with awesome camo, and I have this tank set up for camo as well, I don't know how the opposition Taran is set up. It's probably set up also for camo, so I'll have hell of a time trying to spot him. So we're gonna try to approach it very safe from building to building to see if actually we can get him spotted. But looks like he relocated at this point, because I can't see him, and there he is. He went all the way into E2 so that he has back shots into our shed barn, and he shuts him down. Our shed barn made a mistake over there, because he should have came on our side of this castle so that he can actually be protected by me in case Taran actually gets spotted and shoots at him. I would have shots at the Taran. Now the key thing for me is to close distance. Why? Because I don't know if this Taran can actually outspot me, or if I can outspot him. And I have to take that variable out of the equation. So I need to approach his position as quickly as I can without being spotted. So as you can see, the way I'm approaching him, I'm closing in with obstacles in between me and him, like the buildings, this wall. Now I'm gonna go below the ridgeline over here. So that way he has no clue where I am. I just want to draw distance, so I am really close to him. Unfortunately, I get spotted there, which gives away my position. That was quite unfortunate, because let's review the situation right now. I'm a 2-shot to a Taran. He's a 3-shot to me. The only way I can win this encounter is if I'm able to put first shell into him. If I can beat him and put first shell into him instead of him putting first shell into me. If I can gain 3 or 4 seconds in between my reload, I should have enough HP to handle the first shot from him. Then what I can do is ram him and guarantee my last pen. That was the thinking process. At the same time, I'm trying to get him to make a mistake. I'm trying to get him to move so that his gun is facing the other way somehow. because I do have mobility advantage. So you can see me trying to do that here. Unfortunately, he's not budging and the time is running out. So we're gonna have to try to figure out a different way to do it. So we're gonna try to change the angle so that we can see his turret and somehow maybe put a shell into his cupola. His turret is much larger than mine, so I should be able to put a shell into him. So that's what we're going to try to do. And we see his cupola here. Can we put a shell? Yes, we can. Now we're going to turn. We're going to run away. Can we run away? He puts a shell into us, unfortunately. But now we're going to put another shell into him. And we do. And we're going to ram him at the same time. Engage our combat rations so that we can speed up our reload. And now the question is, who's going to reload faster? Who's going to reload faster? And we do. We take him down, securing the win for the team. This was key. Absolutely key play by me at the end of the game over here. If any of those things would have gone wrong, I would have lost this 1v1 encounter. What was key is getting my first shell into him before he gets one into me, then getting that 3 to 4 second delay so that we can get advantage on a reload of our second shell, then the ram to reduce his hit points so that he is a one-shot to me, engaging combat rations so that my reload is faster, and at the end not bouncing that last shell. That was the key over here. If any of those things would have gone wrong, there's no way I'm winning this game. Now, one thing I did not anticipate is him actually being able to put a shell into me after I shot him first. I didn't think he had an angle. That's why I did not engage my combat rations, but it was conscious of me to think straight at the end to engage my rations before my last shell was fired. That was key. So again, guys, like I mentioned to you, not the highest damage game, but games like this are just incredible. And in situations like this, it really stretches you, makes you think, what is your next step? What am I supposed to do next in order to secure the win? And for me, winning is everything. Playing games like that, being able to pull off a rabbit out of the hat is absolutely incredible. Much more adrenaline than having a steamroll 9-10k game. So quite incredible game, guys. For me anyway. I remember at that point when I was playing, I thought to myself, damn, this is going to be hard to pull off. And I was thinking through every step what I have to do in order to win this. So one advice I can give you guys in games like this, I think what you have to do is think about the next step and the next step after that and the next step after that. The advantage of super unis and guys that are really good at the game is knowledge and understanding the game to the point that you have everything sequenced step by step in a matter of seconds. In my situation, it might take a little bit longer, but I'm able to get there if I have time to think. So this was perfect scenario for me because I had time to think before I actually approached the Taran and figure out the sequence of events and what I want to do in that particular situation. Anyway, guys, I think that does it. I hope you enjoyed this battle. It definitely brought out some adrenaline in me. That's it for now. Until next time, happy tanking. Space Bandit, checking out.